In his book called The New Urban Crisis, Richard Florida asks, are cities the great engines of innovation, the models of economic and social progress that the optimists celebrate, or are they the zones of gaping inequality and class division that the pessimists decry? To uncover that, my team examined Nashville's hub of honky-tonks, sports arenas, corporations, and bachelorette parties. Downtown, the Gulch, and Germantown. In reality, Nashville is both innovative and progressive while having a widening inequality. Our area does a great job of showing you one reality, the bright lights, aesthetic shops, and bustling community spaces, while hiding the homeless population and skyrocketing housing prices that connect each area. In fact, according to the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency, housing prices in Nashville have risen from an average of $50,000 in 1980 to $473,000 last year. With this rise, more people have seen the value and opportunity in Nashville. It's a balancing act between optimistic tourism and growth while trying to preserve Nashville culture. Downtown Nashville has changed so much since the 1950s. What once was a small industrial city is now a booming titan of the music and healthcare industry, and we have the skyline to show for it. I've had lots of enriching community experiences in downtown Nashville. I lived there last summer. I went to free CMA Fests, the 4th of July event, and the Country Music Hall of Fame. I've been to nice dinners at the 1230 Club, over 10 concerts in well-known venues like the Ryman, Nissan Stadium, Bridgestone, and Ascend. I've toured Asurian and walked to the Amazon Banana Cart. I have been surrounded by tourists and locals in Fifth and Broad on my way to the African American Music Museum and the Frist. I've even experienced a more local community at the Americana Lounge. On all accounts, I've learned more about my city and its culture and history in downtown. I love how walkable it is and how excited everyone is at any hour. There are dreamers and visitors sharing one space. But as fun as downtown is, there are new developments that hurt Nashville and bring inequality.
Downtown's constant evolution is hard to miss. The cranes and construction towering over 4th Street are a clear reminder. Cities are built to make money, not to stay the same. Tourists see the bright lights and Broadway bars, filling their glasses over and over again, but when the rose-colored glasses come off, the city's real priority is clear: growth, profit, and pushing a corporate culture, often at the expense of the community. Downtown isn't just an attraction anymore. It's becoming a financial district. Multifunctional spaces sound like places for people to gather and connect, but more often they're designed to maximize profit for big developers. The rumors of Nashville becoming a mini Manhattan aren't so far-fetched. Walking downtown now means moving through literal shadows of new skyscrapers. The push for development, the constant need for more, is right in front of us. And while tourism brings energy and attention to Nashville, it also shapes how our culture is packaged and sold. The art scene, which is built on community and connection, is often reduced to caricatures of cowboy boots and neon signs for tourists. But if you look past the surface, the real creative community is still here, fighting to stay visible downtown. Their spaces are either hidden away or overlooked entirely. Tourism gives to Nashville. It brings jobs, growth, and opportunity, but it also takes space, affordability, and parts of the culture that make the city what it is. In the rush for growth, the soul of Nashville gets lost, leaving us to ask, who is this all really for?
Downtown's influence doesn't stay within its borders. It ripples outward, reshaping the city one block at a time. What once felt like a space for connection and creation now feels more like a revolving stage. Artists who once gave Nashville its heart are slowly being pushed to the fringes, their labor repackaged, resold, and marketed back to tourists as authentic Nashville. The crowds are transient, and the foundation needed to build a lasting fan base is almost impossible to find. As the skyline stretches, so does the gap between intention and reality. Communities once built on mutual support now find themselves navigating curated spaces designed less for living and more for selling. Iconic businesses like Ernest Tubbs Record Shop find their doors shuttered in place of yet another celebrity honky-tonk. And the Woolworth Theater, a historic landmark once known for civil rights sit-ins, is now popular for its Vegas-style male strip shows. While the bright lights paint a lively picture from afar, it is clear that Nashville is rapidly losing its shine. Even in places like the Gulch, what's marketed as vibrant and mixed use often translate to profit-driven and exclusionary. Artists remain, but not without compromise. Some adapt, some resist, but all are affected by the same question. In a city built on expression, what happens when the machine takes the stage?
There's a passageway in Nashville that slips right between the loud energy of downtown Nashville and the historic calm of Belmont. This isn't just a location, this is the Gulch. The Gulch used to be a vital road hub and thrived on industry. There was trains that routed across the tracks, hauling goods, people, and symbol of modernity. Over time, the hum of engines faded and something entirely different rolled in. Steel was traded for skyline, while brick was for boutique. In just a few years, the Gulch became Nashville's playground of prestige, where cultural capital feels more curated than created. Yoga studios replacing the shipping yards, smoothies over the switchboards. What once fueled Nashville's artistic roots now leans on status, not story. Nowadays, people don't want to be right in the chaos of downtown Nashville, but they still want to feel it. So instead, the Gulch gives that, and it gives them a sweet spot of convenient, cool, and curated. By the time of sunset, the tourism shifts and the Gulch empties into downtown Broadway around 6 p.m. It's almost like the neighborhoods get to breathe. As new industries roll in and gentrification becomes more popular, the Gulch starts to lose its old spark. After all, the Gulch is still Nashville, but as we build forward, let's not forget to carry what was really behind us, because if we don't, we may pave over more than just the tracks. Not only is this influencing the loss of culture, but the influence also pervades into quieter places like Germantown.
Nashville is a city in motion. What was once a town built on rhythm and roots is now racing forward. New buildings, new faces, new energy. We want to grow, and we have to, because cities that don't evolve risk getting left behind. But if we only focus on building up, we risk breaking apart what made this place worth building in the first place. Nashville's soul isn't in the skyline. It's in the street corners, the local haunts, the people who stayed when nobody was watching. Now, those same families are being priced out. Artists are being pushed out, and whole communities are being left out. It's a balancing act between growth and displacement, between change and continuity, between the future we want and the past we can't afford to erase. But the good news is we can do both. We can grow with our people, not around them. We can evolve without losing our voice. That means supporting local, investing in neighborhoods, tackling poverty at the root by lifting up the people who have always called this city home. Because we're not too far gone, not yet, but we have to choose what kind of city we want to become. And that's why it's a balancing act.